Amy, how's that bread going?
We started doing some international travel with our graduate students because there's a big focus on creating global competencies with undergrads. But oftentimes our graduate students are left out of a lot of those trips. They work, they have different kind of schedules. So we ended up setting up these whole series of international trips that were shorter of duration. And we picked Italy for a couple reasons. One is that they have a Center for Internationalization of Higher Education, one of the few in the country or in the world. So as a result of that, it allowed us to go to the place where they're really studying internationalization so that we'd have a chance to figure out what are some of the best practices and how could we bring back some of those best practices here to our college as well as the institutions that our students work for.
Are you going to make meatballs like this when you get home?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Once we started becoming much more of a global economy, we had to pay more attention to other cultures. We had to pay attention to other ways of doing things. And as a result, we have to prepare our students to deal with this. If we think in a K-12 environment how we see immigration affecting a lot of the school districts, in some of the Washington, D.C. districts, for example, you may have upwards of 25 different languages spoken in one elementary school. So trying to figure out how do you deal with different cultures? How would you, as a K-12 administrator, deal with parents that come from a very different culture than ours, and you may be offending them by a comment or by looking them directly in the eye or not addressing them in a particular way. So having an awareness of that is really critical.
Those are freaking delicious.
The best part of thinking about internationalization is thinking about how do we learn from others? And that comes with a big assumption and sort of an ego check that says we might not have all the answers. How do we learn these best practices? Part of the way we transform the way we're going to think and learn is by having these kind of incidents of dissonance of this isn't exactly what I expected, and how do I have to think about that?
But as of now, as you can see, it looks like not a baby bottle. It's a different age bottle.
The cooking class in Rome was really an added bonus, and as a cultural event it was really important because in Italy food is very central to their families, to their livelihoods, and to how they think. You didn't go buy the jar of tomato sauce. You took the tomatoes and then you blanched them and you cooked them down. So you went right from, basically the earth and were able to create this meal, and you shared it among people that were now really close friends and colleagues, and that you could imagine that you could be able to be in touch with for years after this because of this common experience.
Back in old Napoli, that's amore.